Hi, kids. Welcome to Sunday School at Lord of Life.
What? Somebody there? I can't see anything. I thought I heard something, but really there's nothing there.
It's dark in here.
What? Something must be wrong here. Can you see us? Can you?
Hello?
I can't hear anything.
Hello?
Are you there? Usually we can see the kids in Sunday School, but something's different this time. I can't see a thing. There's nothing here.
I can't see anything either.
But this is the perfect introduction for today's story because we're starting back at the beginning of the Bible. And did you know that this is how it was at the very beginning? Because today's Bible story starts at the very beginning. Right at the beginning of the Bible and the beginning of time. In the beginning there was no light, there was no sun, there was no moon, there was no people. There was no plants or animals, there was no sky, there was nothing. But, well, actually, there was one very important thing. This is the most important thing in our lives. Somebody was there at the very beginning. Can you guess who was there? Guess who might have been there at the very beginning? Did you maybe say God? Let's find out. Let's reveal back what was there at the very beginning. What you can see hopefully here now is a picture of a cross. And the cross represents God, and the cross represents Jesus. This is our symbol for Jesus, and the symbol we use at our church for God, because God was there at the very beginning. So, and God is always there with us. God's always been there. God was there at the very beginning of time, and God had a very special plan to make something wonderful. We're going to find out in today's story what exactly God made. So why don't you listen? Mrs. Melissa is going to read today's story, and we're going to find out more about what's going to happen in today's story. By the way, I'm Mr. Glenn, and this is Mrs. Luann, and you've probably seen us in Sunday school, so we hope you have a good time here. Now we're going to kick it off with our story.
Once upon a time, there was a world that had nothing. There was no light. There was no life. It was a very dark and lonely place. But God was there at the very beginning. God had a plan to make something special. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God saw the light, and it was good. God called the light day, and he called the darkness night. On the next day, God made the sky and filled it with the air that we breathe. Then God made the water to fill the space below the sky. God saw that it was good. This was the end of the second day. On the third day, God made the dry ground that rose up out of the water. He called this the land, and God called the waters the sea. God then made the plants and trees which grew up out of the land, reaching up to the sky. This was the end of the third day, and God saw that it was all good. On the fourth day, God separated the day from the night. He made the sun to light the world during the day, and made the moon and stars so there would also be light at night. God saw that it was good. On the fifth day, God created fish and other living creatures to live and swim in the seas. Then God made birds to fly and sail through the sky. God saw that it was good. On day 6, God made all of the animals that live on the land. There were creatures crawling and digging. There were creatures running and climbing. All kinds of life was now covering our beautiful world, and God saw that all of it was good. Then God made the best thing of all. God made all kinds of people to live on the earth. God made people like you and me. God looked over everything that he had made and saw that it was all good. This was the end of the sixth day. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. On the seventh day, God rested in the beauty of creation.
Okay, boys and girls, this is what you're going to need for today's activity. A piece of paper. Please pause the video while you go get these items, and then hit play when you're ready to go.
Hello, Mr. Glenn here. Now, today's story was all about making something beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, it says in the Bible that God was happy with what he created and he called it good. So now we want to start out our lesson activity with a special challenge. Now, if you can, go find a piece of paper in your house and let's see if we can make something good with this piece of paper. Now, I didn't practice ahead of time, and I have to come up with an idea of what to create. And I guess all around me I see trees, so let's do a challenge where we can see if we can make a tree out of a piece of paper. So I haven't practiced this, so I don't know if I can do it. Let's see, I'm going to start making it kind of tree shaped, I'm going to rip this here. So we want to do this quickly because we don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to kind of try to create a trunk, maybe with some leaves and branches here. And I'm going to try to make the top of the tree here and kind of, oh dear, I don't know. It looks more like a flower right now than a tree, doesn't it? Oh well, see, this isn't easy. It's not easy making something out of nothing. All we started with was a piece of paper here. And we're trying to create something beautiful out of nothing. And that's not easy. So, but here's my tree. It's not very good. Maybe we could try to create some roots down here. And if I had more time, I could try to create branches. And maybe create some branches here. And now it's looking a little more like a very sick tree or a wilted flower. So see, it's not easy to make something out of nothing, is it? It takes a lot of practice, a lot of patience. And it says in the Bible, in the Bible our story starts out with nothing. So imagine, close your eyes and imagine nothing. It's kind of like my magic bag here. You can see there's nothing in it. It's empty. And that's how today's story starts, with nothing. Well, there was one thing in today's story that we started out with. There was God. So we started out with God, and that's very important because God had a special plan to make something beautiful. So God took this nothingness, and he had a special plan, and God, out of that nothingness, created all kinds of amazing things. So all kinds of beautiful things. Let's consider the things he made. The first thing he made was I think he made light. So God created light. And then he created water, and water is important. It's about to, right now it's getting very cloudy outside. We may have some rain coming down. Rain gives us light, so that's very important. It says that God created the skies and the air and the clouds, and that's important because we need clouds to bring us water. And then the next thing he created out of the water was land. So land, so that things could get out of the water. And the next thing that happened is he created plants. So plants started growing out of the ground, and then he created fish and birds, and of course I'm missing some important things here. God created the sun. We need the sun to help give us life and warmth, and God also created the moon and the stars so that there could be light at night. And as you may hear the dog barking in the background, God created all kinds of beautiful animals, so God created the animals. And then God created the most amazing thing of all. God created people. He created people, it says, to watch over the animals and to take care of the world and to create all kinds of beautiful things. So all the things that you see around us, they're all made by God. God made everything. God made a beautiful world. So let's see if I can make something beautiful now. And inspiration of today's story, you can see I have an empty pot here, and it has nothing in it. That's how our story starts, with nothing. Let's see if I can create something amazing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So I created a beautiful flower, right? But this is just a trick. This is just a magic trick. I really can't create anything from nothing. I'm not God. God is the only one, and we call that a miracle. It's a miracle. A miracle is something that only God can do, and what I'd like you to do after this lesson is to look in the mirror, and I want you to think about what you're looking at, because what you're looking at in the mirror is you, and you are a miracle because you are something only God can create. God created you, and God created a beautiful thing. You are good, and you are a beautiful creation. So remember, you are a miracle because God created you. God made you. God made everything. Today's story started out with nothing. Well, almost nothing. There was one important thing there. There was somebody important there. Somebody who's always there for us. Somebody who's always there to listen to us and to help us. Can you guess who was there at the very, very, very beginning? Do you remember? Remember, it was God. God was there. And God created this beautiful world. God created life, all the life that's within it. God created you and me. So remember, you are a miracle. You are something that only God can create. And what God created is beautiful and it is good. So always remember that you are a beautiful creation. God made you and you are special. Now I want to try to show you something else that God created that's special. Nerfy, come. Nerfy, up. Nerfy, up. Good boy. This is my new dog, Nerf, who God created, and he's a blessing to us. So God, thank you for the gift of Nerf. Nerf, would you pray with me? God, thank you for the beauty of your creation. Thank you for creating puppies. Thank you for creating us. Thank you for creating all kinds of wonderful life. We're so happy to be living in this world, and we're going to try to help each other and try to help our animal friends and take beautiful care of your world. So God, thank you for creating all these amazing things, and all God's children said, amen. Right, Nerf?